Hello and welcome to TTV News with some latest events in TayNinhTV province and across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of March 14, Mr. Phạm Hồng Thái, the Permanent Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and head of the National Assembly delegation of the province, presided over a direct supervision session with the Provincial Bureau Committee on the implementation of environmental protection laws and policies since the Environmental Protection Law 2020 came into effect. Mr. Trần Văn Chiến, Deputy Chairman of the Provincial Business Committee, also attended the session.
From 2020 until now, TayNinhTV has promptly issued on relevant regulations under its jurisdiction, ensuring consistency, feasibility, and compliance with the law. In the period from 2022 to 2024, TayNinhTV collected over 22 billion in environmental protection fees for industrial wastewater and managed a deposit fund for environmental restoration and recovery amounting for over 49,007 billion. And during the sections, the delegates raised several concerns such as cross-border environmental pollution, the management and treatment of medical waste, environmental impact assessments for projects, delays in deploying the automatic environmental monitoring system at the server and vertical processing enterprises, limitations on funding for public awareness campaigns, etc. The Permanent Deputy Secretary for Provincial Party Committee, Phạm Hồng Thái, requested the Provincial Business Committee to instruct the relevant departments to address the concern raised by the supervision team, specifically focusing on the challenges and obstacles faced by various sectors.
The audience on March 14, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Hồng Hà signed a decision recognizing TayNinhTV City as a rated urban area under the administration of TayNinhTV Province. Accordingly, the recognition covers the entire administrative boundary of TayNinhTV City, including the urban area consisting of 7 wards of 1 jury for Hiệp Ninh, Ninh Sơn, and Ninh Thành, and 3 suburban communes of Bình Minh, Tân Bình, and Thành Tân. In recent years, TayNinhTV City has effectively harnessed its advantages, mobilizing on resources to create a favorable environment. To create a favorable environment to attract investment, the city's socio-economic development has made significant progress and the economic structure has shifted positively. Notably, the city's urban infrastructure has developed rapidly, contributing to building a civilized urban appearance. The recognition of TayNinhTV City as a rated urban area aligns with the party and state policies, meeting the aspiration of the city's people. At the same time, this recognition is an important condition to establish the city's position, attract investment, and stimulate socio-economic development.
And in response to the program March the Border Month, recently the Tân Bình District Youth Union coordinated with Provincial Youth Union and the Vietnam Youth Federation of Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu province to carry out the youth projects, lighting up rural roads in Đồng Nai hamlet, Tân Phong commune. The project has a total length of nearly 600 meters, equipped with the 28 watt of solar power lighting system, contributing to ensuring a safe lighting for the people traveling at night and creating more beautiful rural area. The total cost of the project is 24 million Vietnam dong, and part of which was funded by Provincial Youth Union and the Vietnam Youth Federation of Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu, while the remaining was contributed by the Tân Phong Commune People's Committee, who also handled the installation and implementation.
Ladies and gentlemen, recently a special election took place at the border area at border marker 132 of Hòa Hiệp Border Control Post, Logo Border Gas Station in Hòa Hiệp Commune, Tân Bình District. There were no black box, no white chalk, and the election involved knowledge about borders, national sovereignty, and real-life stories. Through the storytelling and private images, the students gained a deeper understanding of and greater affection for their homeland and increased their awareness of their responsibility to protect the country's border. Tân Bình District has a borderline of over 92 kilometers, so to have students better understand the significance of the border and the responsibilities of each citizen, local border gas station and local elementary and middle schools collaborated to organize the border election. This initiative provides students with practical and lively lessons that help them visualize and understand the meaning of sovereignty, the importance of each border marker, and their responsibilities in safeguarding the national border. The border lesson aims to provide students with basic knowledge about the law regarding border crossings, the border system, and national boundary markers. It also seeks to nurture love for their homeland and ultimately for the country, cultivating them into good citizens who live a life of purpose. During the lively border lessons, many students raise questions about the border markers, and the duties of border guards. Many students express right and determination to study and train well, to contribute their efforts and intellect to preserving the country's border sovereignty. I'm very happy, and I believe that not only me, but also all my friends here feel very proud. They have provided us with so many useful and practical lessons, and these lessons are truly meaningful to us. It became even more significant when a ceremony was held to induct new members into the Ho Chi Minh Young Pioneers for the third-grade students in a solemn atmosphere at the border marker 122. 24 students proudly wore the red scarf, officially becoming members of the Ho Chi Minh Young Pioneers, marking an important milestone in their journey of learning and growing. These border lessons help students better understand the importance of border sovereignty and also foster a spirit of perseverance in their studies, moral development, and national consciousness, nurturing a love for their country. This is a meaningful and creative activity in the care and development of the younger generation, helping them uphold the proud traditions of their ancestors to contribute to protecting their homeland. Turn to domestic news, ladies and gentlemen. On the evening of March 13, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính met with the U.S. Ambassador to Vietnam, Mark Knapper, to propose that Vietnam and the United States work together to build stable, harmonious, balanced, and sustainable economic, trade, and investment relations.
The Prime Minister highly appreciated Ambassador Mark Knapper's efforts in promoting the Vietnam-U.S. relations. Vietnam always considers the United States as a strategically important partner and hopes to cooperate closely with the Trump administration to further develop the comprehensive strategic partnership in a substantive, in-depth, and effective manner. In the coming time, especially in 2025, when the two countries celebrating for the 30 years of normalized the relations, the Prime Minister suggested that both sides prepare plans for anniversary activities and enhance exchanges and contacts at all levels and through the appropriate mechanisms, particularly encouraging the high level of official visits. The Prime Minister emphasized that economic trade and investment cooperation is the bright spot and the main driving force for bilateral relations, and he stated that Vietnam always desired and has made the country's efforts to build a stable, harmonious, balanced, and sustainable economic, trade, and investment relations with the United States based on the principle of harmonized benefits and share the risks. On this part, the Ambassador Mark Knapper committed to continue to work closely with Vietnamese ministry and sectors to further deepen the Vietnam-U.S. comprehensive strategic partnership. He affirmed that the United States prioritizes developing relations with Vietnam based on the principles of respect for political institutions, independence, sovereignty, and territorial integrity of Vietnam, supporting a strong, independent, self-reliant, and prosperous Vietnam, and seek to expand the cooperation in all fields.
As part of his official visit to Singapore on March 13, General Secretary Tô Lâm and high-level Vietnamese delegation attended the Vietnam-Singapore Business Forum with the theme Vietnam, a destination for the era of science, technology, and financial cooperation. Speaking at the forum, General Secretary Tô Lâm noted that Vietnam and Singapore have upgraded their relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership, which not only means comprehensive cooperation in all fields, but also requires enhancing the quality of cooperation. Vietnam's desire is to introduce new technologies, digital technologies, clean energy, and green energy into the Vietnam-Singapore industrial parks, General Secretary Cholam emphasized that Vietnam's goal is to become a high-income country by 2045, so it must be determined and relentless in its efforts from now on. He also outlined sectors that Vietnam is focusing on promoting, highlighting that Vietnam's policy is to continue developing the private economy as a driving force for on-road development, encouraging innovation, dynamism, efficiency, and importantly, trust and cooperation to share and understand each other, creating mutual benefits. The audience, a delegation from the Standing Committee of the National Assembly recently conducted a field survey at Chudao Saramek Joint Stock Company and met with the People's Committee of Nam Sạch District, Hai Dương Province to discuss the implementation of policies and laws regarding the development and use of human resources to meet socio-economic development needs, particularly high-quality human resources.
Chudao Ceramic Joint Stock Company established in Thailand and currently employs over 200 people, including many outstanding artisans and skilled workers. Despite having a quality workforce from the craft village, the company will aim to grow its high-quality workforce by at least 10% annually and recruit at least 5 new artisans each year. However, developing a high-quality workforce remains challenging in the current context. The difficulty we face that our location is far from major centers, so it is not easy to attract the high-quality human resources. Vocational training here is also challenging as it mainly meets the basic labor needs. At the meeting between the oversight delegation and the Nam Sạch District People's Committee, the local leaders and representatives of the various departments share more insights on the issues. Artisans often work for the title but simply because they enjoy the craft. However, when they are recognized, many criteria need to be met, which makes it difficult for us to complete the documentation for their recognition. Our budget is not flexible even though we generate revenue. We cannot support all areas evenly, so it is difficult to implement the policy for all sectors and industry also. I believe the localities need to seek the support from existing state policies. We could propose the tax exemption for businesses using special human resources, such as artisans, to provide support for training and improving their lives, thus attracting high-quality human resources. The lack of financial resources and specific policies and mechanisms for local government at the district level are the major reasons for the challenges in training, utilizing and attracting high-quality labor, and the ongoing oversight program by the Standing Committee of the National Assembly not only provides an opportunity for localities to contribute ideas on the implementation of the current policies and laws, but also preserve as a basis for the National Assembly to amend related legal documents in the future.
On March 13, at the government headquarters, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Hồng Hà met with Mr. Nicolas Bier, Vice President of the European Investment Bank (REIB), and reaffirmed that Vietnam always values and is committed to deepening its relations with the EU and its cooperation with the EIB. The Deputy Prime Minister recited EIB's proposal regarding credit loans for Vietnam's energy projects, especially in implementing the Just Energy Transition Partnership or TTV agreements, particularly for offshore wind power projects and smart grids. He also informed Mr. Nicolas Bier about green projects that EIB could consider for credit support. Thanking the Deputy Prime Minister for his time, Mr. Nicolas Bier said that during their visit to Vietnam, the EIB delegation had met with leaders from the State Bank of Vietnam, the Ministry of Industry and Trade, the Ministry of Finance, and the Vietnam Electricity Group to discuss concessional credit loans for green energy projects under the GETP framework. In the future, EIB will focus on promoting concessional loans for green infrastructure projects, green energy, supporting green transitions, carbon reduction, and emissions reduction for small and medium enterprises.
Singapore UOB Bank forecasts that Vietnam GDP in the first quarter of 2025 could grow by 7.1%, continuing the growth momentum from 2024. And this forecast is based on the positive signals from industrial production, exports, and public investment. According to the bank's assessment, industrial production in the first 2 months of the year rose fastest in the 5 years. Exports and imports rose by 12%, and public investment increased by nearly 22% compared to the same period last year. The factor helps Vietnam maintain high growth rates, but UOB remains cautious due to the risks from global trade, especially economic policies in the U.S. The bank maintained its full-year GDP growth forecast at 7%. To achieve the higher targets, Vietnam needs to boost public investment, improve the business environment, and diversify the export markets to reduce dependence on the few large economies.
At the Rice Festival 2025 in Bavaria, Bayern, during the first 10 days of March, the cultural promotion of Vietnam with a focus on the traditional trail dance captured the attention of the public and received extensive coverage in local media. One of the highlights of the event was the Vietnamese trail dance competition, which drew enthusiastic participation from guests. This competition was part of cultural promotion activities to mark the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Vietnam and Germany. The tradition dance not only created a lively atmosphere but also allowed international friends to directly experience the beauty of Vietnamese culture, serving as a bridge to strengthen the friendship between the two countries and marking 50 years of sustainable cooperation and development between Vietnam and Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, Ninh Bình is proud to be the first capital of Vietnam in the 10th century. Many historical and cultural relics, as well as scenic spots in the province, have become attractive tourist destinations. In recent years, localities in Ninh Bình have made great efforts to create high cultural tourism routes, not only to attract tourists, but also to promote traditional cultural values. As soon as the international delegation from Singapore arrived at the TayNinhTV tourist area in the mountainous district of Nho Quan, they were greeted with the sounds of murgons and mesmerized by the colorful traditional costume and bright smiles of murgons. Cultural tourism experiences here left many visitors, especially international tourists, impressed and excited. We were very surprised by the warm welcome. I have never been to Vietnam before, but I've read a lot about the country's ethnic culture. Today, experiencing it firsthand has been delightful and exceeded my expectation. I will certainly return here. Tam Cốc rice fields, located in Hoa Lư district, are one of the five most beautiful rice fields in Vietnam, stretching over 18 hectares along the Ngo Dong River. This year, the artistic rice fields have been updated with an image of a calf jumping over the trade grate. These tourist routes will attract visitors during the Ninh Bình Tourism Week Golden Tam Cốc Tràng An, which takes place in early June. We aim to create a different product every year to make our destination stand out and attract more tourists. This combines both agriculture and culture with tourism, showcasing the beauty of Vietnam's most beautiful rice fields. Identifying ecotourism and green tourism linked with culture, history, and heritage as key elements in developing unique tourism products, Ninh Bình has prioritized and invested resources in developing high cultural tourism products such as the Heritage Bus Ride to explore Ninh Bình City at night, Golden Week, Tam Cốc, and the Return to the Roots tour connecting historical landmarks. These initiatives have attracted a large number of tourists. In the coming time, we will focus on exploiting historical and cultural values, particularly the stories related to prehistoric human settlements in Tràng An and the history of the Đại Cô Việt dynasty, the first centralized future state in Vietnam, which is full of fascinating historical tales to share with visitors, especially to create educational platforms for younger generations to learn about the history and culture of Hoa Lư, the ancient capital, and the entire country. with a consistent approach from the outset to develop tourism as a key economic sector. Ninh has implemented strategic measures to make tourism the main pillar that guides the development of various sectors in a green and sustainable direction.
And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for your attention and goodbye for now.